Bonjour, everybody. This is Tiggy Maximus with Tiggy Maximus Talks, episode 81. Glad you guys made it through all these episodes on YouTube. And if you've been also listening to my Spotify podcast, thank you for listening to all those episodes too. I think right now there's 80 episodes on Spotify, and this is episode 81 on YouTube. So, if you guys been listening, thank you so much. Today we have a very interesting sports day. We got a big boxing fight tonight between um, Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia. It's going to be a big fight. Going to be a lot of fast action, and I it's hard to lean towards one or the other. I think both are great fighters. Both have been pretty dominant coming up to this point, and I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna say Javante Davis, Tank Davis, is gonna beat Ryan Garcia. So that's my pick for tonight's main event fight. And of course, with that, there's also UFC fights tonight, and it just so happens a big heavyweight fight in the UFC's heavyweight division. Not a championship fight, but actually, if you think about it, these two guys, if they win tonight, it does line them up most likely to get a title shot, and this will definitely catapult them way into the top three, top two, and be almost considered automatically for a title shot at John Bones Jones Heavyweight Championship. Or if, there's also Stipe Miocic, who they will be fighting each other in July for that big July pay-per-view event for the UFC. And honestly, Jones versus Miocic, that's going to be a good one. Can't wait to see how that's going to turn out. Maybe Bones is the greatest of all time, or Stipe might stifle him. So we'll see what happens. And then, so whoever wins that fight will probably win. And once they win, they will be fighting probably the winner of this fight. And it's kind of a way to kind of introduce, new blood into the heavyweight picture. I mean, you do have Cyril Gane, but Cyril Gane didn't last very long with Bones Jones, so they might have to look past Cyril Gane and look at these two guys. You got Pavlovich, you got Curtis Blaydes, two very um, exciting, dominant heavyweight fighters, and they all have a claim to have a title shot with the heavyweight champs. So, um, it's hard to lean one way or the other with Pavlovich or Curtis Blaydes because they both have their strengths and they both have their weaknesses. But I mean, Curtis Blaydes doesn't like to stand and strike with a lot of fighters, and he does resort to grappling, which is always his failsafe. But Pavlovich might be able to kind of withstand and defend those takedowns, but he does have some great striking. He did knock out Derek Lewis, and Curtis Blaydes actually got knocked out by Derek Lewis, so there's that. Um, but I think Curtis Blaydes I guess he's been a little better trying not to get knocked out, so he does the best he can. And Pavlovich, well, he should be able to anticipate takedowns and hopefully defend those enough to stifle those attempts and make it a stand-up striking match. So we'll see what happens with that. It'll be pretty exciting, and I think this fight will finish before Tank and Garcia is going to go on later tonight. So, and I'm going to be watching these fights at the Tavern at the Beach in Pacific Beach. So that should be fun to be out there. It'll be my first time out there watching the fights, and hopefully I can catch a glimpse of the Lakers Grizzlies game, which is game 3 tonight at the Crypto.com Arena, also known as Staples Center up in LA. Um, but yeah, Pavlovich, Blaydes, I gotta say, I'm picking Pavlovich to win this fight. Might be by decision, but it's a good chance that there might be a TKO by Pavlovich on Curtis Blaydes if he hits him in that sweet spot. So, aside from that fight, we also have a middleweight fight between Tavares and Silva. Should be a good fight in the middleweight division. I do have Silva winning that fight. I've seen Tavares for a long time now, but it might be that time when you start seeing that decline and you just can't climb up the ladder anymore because there's more talent ahead of him. So, and who knows, Silva might actually take his spot. I don't know if they're both ranked or not in the middleweight division, but this could be a good stepping stone for Silva to take over and climb up above over Tavares. So, and Tavares is actually favored. Next up, we have a lightweight fight between what seems to be Bobby Green and Jared Gordon. This could go either way, but I'm leaning towards Jared Gordon to defeat Bobby Green. So that should be a good fight. And then we have a women's flyweight fight. We have Walker versus Lucindo. I'm picking Lucindo to win this fight. And then we have the opener to the main card. We have Wells versus Samelsberger in the welterweight division. This one could go either way. At first, I was kind of liking Wells, but I have a feeling that Samelsberger might actually use his height advantage to his advantage in this fight, and it might be the difference, and it probably might be a decision. So I'm picking Samelsberger to beat Wells. Then we got our prelims. We have Gallegos versus Glenn in the lightweight division. I would say Glenn will defeat Gallegos. Should be a good close fight. We also have a bantamweight fight between Yaya and Jackson. I'm picking Jackson to win this one. Next up, we have a women's featherweight fight. We got Dumont and Rosa. I'm picking Dumont to beat Rosa in this one. Should be a good fight though. Almost even odds. And then we have a heavyweight fight with Usman, who did win the Ultimate Fighter not too long ago, and he'd be facing the undefeated Tafa. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a knockout in this one, but I'm picking Tafa to beat Usman. And then we have a featherweight fight between Marshall and Gomez. I have a feeling Gomez will beat Marshall in this one. And then we have the first fight of the UFC Fight Night Las Vegas. Bantamweight fight between Hiestad and Dana. So I'm picking Dana to win this one. You can go either way, but Dana I'm leaning towards. So those are my fight picks tonight with Tank and Garcia, UFC Fight Night, Blaydes versus Pavlovich. Follow those picks, make your own picks, make some good money off of them. Have some fun with all of that. So, have some good fun, good food, good company, and good action. So, I did mention Lakers and Grizzlies are going to be playing each other tonight for Game 3. I was hoping the Lakers would have taken advantage of John Morant not playing in Game 2. Since he hurt himself, he may or may not be playing again in this series. But the Lakers are back home in LA at Crypto.com Arena. And hopefully Lakers take advantage tonight, get the victory, and um, make the Grizzlies work for their money. And I'm thinking Grizzlies will probably lose to the Lakers in this series. And who knows? They might be fighting a very contentious Warriors Kings winner. Already the Kings are up 2-1 on the Warriors, but the Warriors are making their comeback after the Kings won the first two. So, and on the other side, the Suns have taken a 2-1 lead, and they're playing tonight in LA. And Clippers are playing the earlier game, and they will actually need to switch the court when the Lakers need to play later tonight. So, but Kawhi's not playing, so Suns I think are going to win tonight, and probably take advantage of the series and win it. And with that being the case, they will probably be facing the Denver Nuggets, who are up 3-0 on the Minnesota Timberwolves. As expected, Nuggets, I think, they kind of got back to their old form of dominating. So, Wolves, I think they're just, I guess, they're good enough to be there, but not good enough to beat the Nuggets or maybe any other team. They might be as good as the Lakers, give or take. Um, Other than that, Padres are playing today against the Diamondbacks. Padres got back Fernando Tatis Jr. They won the first game, but they lost the second one to the Diamondbacks. So they got some stuff to work out with pitching and batting offense. Other than that, hopefully the Padres got things together sooner than later and make a run for the World Series championship. At the same time, the Dodgers, I think, are having some troubles too. So the Padres and Dodgers kind of are trying to figure things out with their expensive rosters. So yeah, and then LA Kings, they won last night in overtime at home at Crypto.com Arena, and they're up 2-1 on the Edmonton Oilers, and hopefully the Kings can keep it going and beat the Oilers, and hopefully face the Golden Knights of Vegas, who are tied 1-1 with the Winnipeg Jets. So that should be an interesting development. So yeah, um, I guess what else is all going on? Yeah, so yeah, Nuggets are up 3-0 on the Wolves. Um, Suns are up 2-1 on the Clippers. Kings are up 2-1 on the Warriors, and Lakers and Grizzlies are tied 1-1. And then on the East side, you got the Bucks and Heat tied 1-1. Tonight's game 3. You got the Knicks up 2-1 on the Cleveland Cavs. And then you got the 76ers, who just swept the Nets 4-0. I didn't think the Nets had anything really, and especially Embiid wasn't even playing. So, um, yeah. Other than that, yeah, Celtics are up 2-1 on the Atlanta Hawks, so that's happening. So, a lot of interesting stuff, and with the NHL playoffs, you got, like I said, Golden Knights and Jets tied 1-1. Uh, Kings and Oilers. Kings are up 2-1. Um, the Wild are up 2-1, I think, on the Stars, and then the Avalanche and Kraken are tied 1-1. And that's on the western side. On the other side, you have the Bruins on the east side up 2-1 on the Panthers. Uh, but the basically the greatest regular season played by the Bruins by having the most points earned in the regular season and the most regular season wins in regular season in NHL history. So they're up 2-1 on the Panthers. They're expected to win the cup, so hopefully they can finish that off. And then you also have the Lightning and the Maple Leafs. They're tied 1-1. Um, they're tied 1-1, but game 3 is tonight between Lightning and Maple Leafs. And then you also have the Hurricanes and the Islanders. I think yeah, I think the Hurricanes are ahead in the series. I want to say it's um, 2-1 Hurricanes. It might be 3-0. and then and then there's one more series. Um, I would say I want to say there's one with the Predators. The Predators might be playing. Um, or maybe not. You know. Um. Oh, before I forgot. The Rangers and Devils. Rangers are up 2-0 on the New Jersey Devils. So there's that. Um, can't think of anything else. So yeah, that's all the sports action going on. Have fun watching the fights tonight. UFC, Tank vs. Garcia, Lakers playoff basketball, Stanley Cup playoffs, Padres baseball, MLB, NBA playoffs, Stanley Cup playoffs. A lot of stuff going on. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Have fun with good company, good food. Watch some good action today, and I'll talk to you guys soon. And next episode, I'll be talking about comedy shows with um, Mic Drop with Brittany Schmidt, Paulo Gata at the Madhouse, and Elbow Grease at Mic Drop and Open Mic. Alright, guys, talk to you later. Booyaka!